Back at Rockingham for a 4-race weekend, and this is the slightly second-hand looking car of Ryan Bensley from Kings Lynn. The Cook Sport team rebuilding it hurriedly after a crash in qualifying. He missed race 1 and unfortunately didn't score in race 2. And this is how it all happened, last minutes of the qualifying session.
We was fastest in the session until obviously I come around the first turn and the car got a bit sideways, and we ended up in the wall, which done a considerable amount of damage to the car. But Cook Sport done a great job getting the car ready overnight to get it out for today. So just to be on the grid was something.
Well, Ryan Bensley will have to line up at the back of the grid for the third of the 4 races. They line up how they finished race 2 here, and that means that Adrian Churchill and Gary Duckman are the top 2, with the red and yellow sat of Liam McMillan in 3rd. The 2 blue cars, Josh Cook and Maurice Hayden, their Renault Megans, are in 4th and 6th. Joe Girling, the black and green car, in 5th position. So we've got a busy grid. Again, top Fiat in the second race was Alice Powell. She gets away in 8th place, as there's a challenge once more from the fast-starting Seat Leons for our leader, Adrian Churchill's Astra. The red car on the lowest part of the track being swamped at the start. Gary Duckman and Liam McMillan will have the lead as we're on board with Alice Powell. So it's Duckman in car 5 that leads. McMillan around the outside. Still can't quite master that outside line. And he drops down to 3rd place. There's Ryan Bensley. He's already got by the Class B Arbarts. Here's our lead trio. Big slide there from McMillan and squeezing through Josh Cook. All contact. Well, they had a couple of bumps between them in the first race, or the second race here this weekend, the first Rockingham race. It's Gary Duckman that leads, though. Alice Powell just shooting through shot as our Class B leader. On board now with Tom Carnaby. 1 race win under his belt this season so far, and he started 14th and last on the grid. He was the first retirement from the first race, but now he's up firmly inside the top 8. As Gary Duckman leads from championship leader Adrian Churchill. And there is the black and silver car of Carnaby. Hanging around the inside now of Maurice Hayden. Got a good run on the Megane, but the next corner's a left-hander. The Megane's on the inside. So he's going to have to be very cautious here. Allows Hayden to come back in. Tries to get the cut back. The nimble Megane chassis just keeping him in front as they chase the orange car of Dan Malone. Another battle with the Seat of Liam McMillan diving down the inside of Josh Cook. And a change for the lead. Adrian Churchill out front from Gary Duckman. Liam McMillan leading this group for 3rd now. The red and yellow car, then blue number 5. Number 6 is Josh Cook. And there is the car of Sarah Franklin. And she's done a bit of grass cutting, you see, steaming away there. On board with Alice Powell. Trying to stay in contact with the Class A cars in front. She hasn't got too many friends to play with. She's at the front of the Class B. Arbart Gaggle. 35, Keith Isert. She had a good race with him first time out here. Just easing away in that category. Steve Johnson with the red nose down the inside of fellow Vauxhall driver Ryan Bensley. And Bensley with bits still missing from the car after that big qualifying shunt. Meanwhile, trouble for car number 10, Maurice Hayden, outbraking himself at the end of the Speedway. And unfortunately now he's got no one to play with either. Lights on Adrian Churchill's Courtney Sport Astra. And once more, he looks like he is heading to victory, this time without quite so much pressure in the closing stages. It'll be win number 7 for the champion, Adrian Churchill, on resurgent form here. Ryan Bensley pressing on. Is he going to finish in the points this time? He should do. Josh Cook there across the line in 4th. And Alice Powell takes win number 3 in Class B. So confirmation then of your result. Adrian Churchill, Gary Duckman and Liam McMillan, again his strongest rivals as they gave chase.